Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on the time you're watching this video. If you're new to this YouTube channel, please like this video, share, and subscribe. So, for today's video, I'm going to be doing an analysis on gold, XAUUSD, and I'm going to start from the daily time frame. So, on the daily time frame, my swing structure is bullish. This is my swing structure. That is the bullish breakout structure. Price broke and closed above this high here, confirming the bullish breakout structure. And within the swing structure, there's this internal structure. And also there's this fractal order flow, which is bearish. So we've had a significant swing pullback. That's why I've labeled this as my week swing high. So, and also it's also the daily internal week high. So price pullback tapped into this internal range, and after the mitigation of the internal range, you can see this huge weak reaction. It could be either from this reaction could be either a pullback for this supply which we have had, or it could be now that the end of the swing pullback, and price could now likely target the week swing high. So now, so that's my expectation from the daily time frame, is because we've had a significant pullback, it's now likely that price could target the week swing high, or we could see another price from another leg for price, so we could get a deeper, for price to mitigate this demand, so we can get that deep swing pullback. But then if price comes and breaks below this low, then I'll reset my internal structure. I'll remove this from my internal structure and label this as my internal structure. Then I'll look to follow it to play the deep swing pullback. We can see even there's this sell liquidity. Then I can look for shorts targeting it. Then once the liquidity has been taken out, and then we see another an eyeballs, then I can follow it to the week swing high. But this will take a lot of time. So for currently, I'm just my expectation is either we just see this or this. That's all I'm anticipating on the daily time frame on gold. So let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, my swing structure is bullish. This is my strong swing low, and this is my weak swing high, and this is the bullish breakout structure. And also within the 4-hour swing range, there's this internal structure which is bearish to facilitate the swing pullback. And we can see after also within this 4-hour structure, swing structure is the daily internal range. So we can see price pullback tapped into the daily internal range, which is the 4-hour swing range. And we can see after that we got the internal pullback. So this move could either be price now is likely forming the next 4-hour swing leg, just as like the daily time frame, or it could be just price forming the internal pullback. Then we see the price forming the next internal leg for price to break to target this weak internal low. So we can see in the pullback, once price pullback, we can see we got a strong liquidation of this high. It's a strong liquidation. This is a strong high because it had broken a low, this fractal low. Price swept that liquidity, and after that, price has been forming this order flow, which could now be respected until price takes out the weak swing low. So for today's session, currently order flow is bullish, but fractal order flow is really is the most aggressive structure, meaning it can shift at any time. So you should really focus on it, on high probability zones, on where you expect internal to pullback to end, or where you expect internal pullback to start. So like currently, since price has already pulled back into the EQ of the internal range, and we've had that order flow shift, then I'm not focused on this. I'm just going to follow this to the week low. But it could also mean now that maybe because this high, this is the start of this reaction, of this move. It could mean that after the order flow shift, it could mean that that this high is weak, because if it was a strong high, then this order flow could have remained bearish until price took out the low. But now that it has shifted bullish, it could now mean that price will target the high, and maybe after the sweep of the high, now it's now when price will form the next internal leg. But I don't want to read much into that. I'm just viewing this maybe now as a pullback, maybe to take out liquidity, and then after that, we see price take out the low. So now it's either now press to target the high or the low. I'll let the M15 be my guide, or you can let, or if 1H is your middle time frame, then you can let it be your guide to signal for you if price is going to target this high or if you're going to target this weak internal low. So let's drop down to the M15 time frame. But even before I drop down, you can see on the 4-hour time frame, price is clearly in a range. You can see price is moving to the right. So it's best to just wait for price to break out of this range, so we can make good and wise decisions. See, like right now, we're not sure if price is going to target this low or it's going to target this high. It's just moving to the right. If it would have been best if, like here, you see, immediately we got the order flow shift. It would have been best if it just remained bearish until price took out the low. But now that price now is sweeping highs, even here we can see price has swept this low and is pulling back. It's clearly we are in a range. Price is in a sideways range. So it's best to wait for clear price action. That's why even for today, I'm more focused on looking on DAX and EU only. But I'm just doing a precision analysis, so you can make your own decisions. So for my decision is I want to trade only EU and DAX because it's much cleaner. I usually love to trade from tight ranges, like you see in this swing range, the way this internal range is, it's huge. It's really huge. I really want to trade from internal ranges that are small like this. You see the way this is small. This, if internal was like this, not this, then I will be happy to follow this internal trend to this high. But now, since we are in this huge range, which I'm just going to look on, I'm just going to be interested on looking for trades on EU and DAX only. But let me show you what could happen on gold. So on the M15 time frame on gold, it's bullish. This is my swing structure. It's a huge swing range, and within it there is this internal structure which has been bearish to facilitate the swing pullback. So currently price is in the internal pullback phase, which since this this internal has been bearish to facilitate the swing pullback. So after the swing pullback is complete, the expectation is price to target the weak swing high. So now that price has even pulled back to the EQ of the swing range, maybe now even this order flow could now be respected until price takes out, until we see the internal shift bullish for price to target the weak swing high. But we could see from the higher time frames, we expect this. We can expect also this for M15 to shift bearish, since M15 has only been bullish to facilitate them higher time frame internal pullback, which is also, you can say, on the daily time frame, it has been bullish to facilitate the daily fractal pullback. So we could now see, now that price has mitigated the daily supply, we could now see price target the week. We could see M15 reversal. So for today, if you want to get involved for shorts, you could wait for price to sweep this high, followed by bearish order flow shift, then followed by bearish order flow shift, then you can look for shorts targeting the weak internal low, or you could wait for we get that IBOS, although it will take a lot of time. You see, like from here to here, it has taken 2 days, so it can take a lot of time before this low is taken out. So you can wait for that, then wait for the pullback, trade from the strong high targeting the weak low. For longs, you could follow this order flow to the weak high, or you could wait for internal to shift bullish to truly signal that the swing pullback is complete, and now like it's now likely that price will target the high. So that's all for gold. I'd want to do a precision analysis on DAX, so let me do it quickly. So let me do precision analysis on DAX, which is more cleaner. So I'm going to start. I'm going to even start on the 4 time frame, but it's not a must. You start from the daily time frame. You can start from the 4 time frame because we are day traders. We expect only small reactions. So on the daily, as in we expect every day, we expect small reactions, so we can just start our analysis from the 4 time frame. So on the 4 time frame, my swing structure is bullish. This is my strong swing low, and this is my weak swing high. Internal is bullish. This is the internal structure. Initially, it had shifted bearish. At first, I thought it was starting to range, but yesterday momentum kicked in and we broke out of the range. And so currently internal is bullish. This is the internal range that we're working with. This is a strong internal low. We haven't gotten a significant internal pullback, so we can expect an internal pullback. So let me zoom in even to the current internal range, which since we are in a huge swing range, I'm happy now to follow the internal structure. But then let me label this as my forward strong internal low. This. So currently price is in the pro trend run phase, so we can still keep looking for longs to follow this, to catch this internal leg, potentially to the weak swing high. There's this buy side liquidity that price could target. The fractal low is below here, which I'd want to see it broken to signal the start of the internal pullback. But you see, price to reach here, it will have taken a lot of time, so it won't be relevant. This low won't be relevant. So on the M15, if we see strong order flow, then I can look for shorts to play there for our internal pullback. Sorry, but for now, I'm happy to look for longs to target this high. Yeah, so that's all for the 4 time frame. Let's drop down to the M15 time frame. So on the M15, my swing structure is bullish. This is my strong swing low, and we haven't gotten a significant pullback. That's why I haven't labeled my strong internal high, swing high, and also internal is bullish. But then this M15 swing low, is also the 4 internal low. So 4 and M15 are aligned. So this is why even the trading DAX today is even high probability than trading EU. But EU is best because it's good because we have clear liquidity to target, the daily liquidity. So on the M15 swing structure plus the internal, they are bullish. So longs are phase A2, we can look to catch the internal structure to follow it until it shifts to signal for us the start of the swing pullback. So to get involved with longs, but the shorts are phase D. Shorts are best here from me. Phase D are best here while we are here to anticipate the start of the internal pullback and potentially the start of the swing pullback. But now we can see prices pullback, tapped into M15 to M15 internal extreme demand. So it's now likely that the internal pullback, and now expectation is priced to target the weak internal high. So shorts aren't ideal right now. So for shorts, I'd want to see internal shift bearish, so I can play the M15 and swing pullback, which is also the 4-hour internal pullback. So for longs, since I'm interested in looking for longs, now that we can see prices pull back to strong internal low, expectation now is for price to target the weak internal high. So what I'd want to see is we can follow this order flow to the weak high. Ideally, we wait for price to sweep something within the leg. If these Asian lows followed by bullish order flow shift, then we can have a session demand to long from to trade the weak internal high, or we can wait for price to pull back, sweep this low, then wait for bullish order flow shift so we can have a session demand to long from, then we can follow the bullish order flow to the weak internal high. So that's all for DAX. You see, DAX is clean, it's really clean. So that's all for this precision analysis. It was on gold and DAX. And I wish you all a wonderful and a blessed day. Please like this video and don't forget to share and subscribe.